Hey you guys, welcome to AdventureWorks. This is Garrett here. I'm an aspiring student pilot, gold miner, and just plain lover of anything outdoors. We film a lot of motorcycling, camping, and fishing videos, and as of lately, aviation. This video is going to be about pros and cons about 2 accredited ground schools in Canada. Make sure you subscribe if any of this is your interest, and let's get right into this video. On this one, we are going to talk about ground schools. Since that is part of my aviation protocol, you need to learn ground school, which is all your instruments, your angle of attack, all your theories, principles and laws, yada yada yada, air laws. I can go on and on about this. In behind me on my computer is Pilottraining.ca. Now, I don't know if you guys are in Canada or the US and doing your pilot training or thinking about doing your pilot training, but there is a lot of ground schools, and there's only a few that are accredited to, like the FAA, which is in the States, versus Transport Canada here in, Canada. So, that being said, if you're looking into ground schools, make sure you're looking at one that's in your country, because all air laws are the same. Yes, you can fly from Canada to the States and yada yada yada. Everything's the same, but not everybody recognizes what you've learned. So, that being said, there's only really 2 here in Canada that are big. That is Pilottraining.ca, which is this, or AKA, some people call it HARS Air. Both are right. And then the other one is called Hangaar, or something like that. It's a weird name. There's a lot of A's in there, I can tell you that. But that's another one that's really good here in Canada. And Transport Canada does take their recommendation letters for what they're worth. Like, they know that if you've passed these courses, that they're willing to take the time and take your money to write a test. So, do you need a recommendation letter? No, you do not. You can do all of this self-taught. You don't need a recommendation letter, as far as I know. I may be wrong on that, as I am a student pilot. I've just barely broken the ice to this whole pilot training. There is so much to go along with that, the costs and everything, and there will be so many more videos along with that. This video is more or less ground school. This is covering ground school, and particularly the pros and cons of the 2 that I just mentioned, the pilot training and hangar. I have done both. The one good thing about hangar is they got a 15-day return your money policy, and it is really good. Like, if you don't like it, and 14 days in, they will return your money. So I lasted 3 days. It took me 3 days to find out that hangar is not for me. And I got a list of things that we'll go through on why it wasn't for me, and maybe some of them could be because you choose, and that because why I didn't choose them is because you may choose them. Nobody's the same. Nobody learns the same. Personally, I learn off of video. I'm a visual person. I love YouTube videos, tutorials, etc., etc. I learn so much off of videos. So that is kind of what brought me to Pilottraining. Their videos. Now, we'll go, I guess, right into some pros and cons of each. I'll start with hangaar, because that's the one that I first initially signed up for. And some of the pros that brought me to it was because it's cheaper than Pilottraining. You get a little bit more time. It's $250 for 365 days. Now, that's a lot of time to learn. You probably, like, the longer you drag out your Pilottraining, the more money it's going to cost you guys in the long run. If you apply yourself, you can get it done relatively fast. Money's always an issue too, don't get me wrong. Everything costs money. And again, I'm not going to get into too many costs because that's going to be a separate video. I got so many tips and tricks that I've been learning from other student pilots and with my actual flight instructor. He's an amazing flight instructor, and there's a lot of sketchy flight instructors. And again, a different video on how you can be scammed for doing flight training and taking your hard-earned money, and that's not right either, right? So back to the pros and cons. Pro for the whole hangaar is in their exams you have to write. You get unlimited tries with hangaar. I've noticed, like, you can write it 20 times till you get 100%, and that's on your core test. Like, you get a whole bunch of sub tests, and they do look at those, but most just look at that main topic exam, which is 50 questions. You get an hour to write it. Now, you get unlimited tries with that. That's not right, in my opinion. If I fail, I want to fail because I didn't put in the time and I didn't apply myself. Some people might love that. Myself, I don't. The good customer service at hangaar. They are within hours, they will email you back. If you have any questions, you don't get something, customer service is very good. It's straight to the point, very bone basics, and you have to do a lot of reading and self-taught from textbooks, and this could either be a pro or a con. Personally, I think this is a con. Some people think it's pros. Yeah, their videos are very vague. It's just very bare bone basics. If you are just doing this for a refresher, top up, keep your mind fresh, hangaar is where it's at. But if you are new and you want to learn the most you can, Pilottraining. When you do have exams in hangaar, and this is a con, not like Pilottraining, when you get something wrong, they don't tell you what you got, or what's the right answer, and you don't learn from being wrong. That's why you have unlimited tries on exams, etc., etc. And again, it's just very, very bare bones, basic, a lot of self-taught, and that's a huge con to me. I don't learn from a textbook. I learn off a video, and that's just the way it is for me. So, yeah, that is about it for hangaar, for pros and cons, and I can go on all the day about what I don't like about some of the things. It's just little things, they get some things are wrong, and I'm a student pilot and I can still see that it's outdated and it needs to be updated information. So, and for all the reasons and more, that's why I've done Pilottraining. It is more expensive. It's $275, and you get 275 days. So it's like $1 a day to do ground schooling. But it is way more detailed. Like, way more detailed. If you need any topic, it's got answers for you. So, way more videos I've noticed on pilot training. They don't have a return policy, so like they do have a free demo though that you can use, and that's cool because I think it's good for like a year or something like that. But it's a basic demo, just shows you what you're going to be getting yourself into, kind of thing. And yeah, another cool thing pro for pilot training that I thought was they'll send you emails about 24, 72 hours before it actually happens, but you can actually drop in on an online course that they're webcam broadcasting of an actual teacher and students in a course in person. It's kind of cool that way. And like, have I done it? No, I haven't done it yet. I've only missed one opportunity to do an online video course like that, and I was out of town working, so I just didn't have the service that I needed to get that done. The customer service is good. It's not great, but it is good. They'll get back to you within a day at pilot training. I noticed I sent them a couple emails just for tests, just for this. Another huge one for pilot training, it's a huge pro, is you actually get like 4 courses in one. You do your PPL, which is your personal private license, and then you get also your P-Star, which is your pre-solo air regulations tests recommendations, and you need that to do a pre-solo. And then you get your radio course and air exercises, which are, most places you have to pay extra for that, and you get that included with pilot training, so that's sweet. Another cool thing with it is you get flashcards. Like, it's kind of fun. You and your spouse or a kid can have fun, and they'll ask you questions, and it's just flashcards, but it does help you. It keeps you on top of things. Another big pro with pilot training, along with their very detailed videos, is you can download the MP3s, so you can listen to them via Bluetooth or headphones, or you don't have to watch a video. You can just listen to them all the time. I do it while I'm working. I put in some earbuds, and as I'm working, I'm also doing ground school, which is cool. And along with all the pros, there is going to be cons, and some of them are self-explanatory. Is you get shorter time. It's a little bit more expensive. Like, you get limited tries on your exams. So, like your recommendation exams, your little core subjects, you get unlimited tries on. They do look at them. You do want to do good, but that main bottom exam, that's the one you want to do good at. They look at your first grade as your only grade. You can do it multiple times, but your first grade is the only one that counts. So if you don't apply yourself and you don't learn, you're gonna cost yourself a lot of money with pilot training. So it's forcing you to excel, and I like that. I want to be the best pilot I can be. A great pilot, not a good pilot. I want to be a great pilot. That's about it for, like, really cons. Like, yeah, you get shorter time, more expensive, but that all goes along with how very detailed it is. I guess with the detailedness, the videos can get very dull. They're very lengthy, some of them. Like, we're talking an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm gonna admit it, after a hard day of work, I have fallen asleep because Aaron, our ground school instructor is voice is very dull and it gets boring and you fall asleep. But I just write that night off and you start the course over again. And that's the whole beauty about doing ground school online. It's you do it at your time. That's the most important thing. So yeah, as you guys can see, there is a ton of pros and cons to every school. It's not only these two. I'm sure if you start lining up pros and cons to every school, and that's just the way it is. So it all goes to you and your learning habits and how you soak up and the info and how much you really want to spend, really. And yeah, again, I guess that's about it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button and hit the notifications, because there's going to be future aviation videos as well as ice fishing, as that's the time of the season here in Canada.